Not sure if I've shown this, but I made a little bit of a front plate for it. So now it looks nice with some plexiglass. So it's matching the color of the sp-808. That looks fucking awesome. But yeah, that's the Zulu IDE. And I gotta apologize because I was mad as fuck when I bought it. Because I guess I can't read well. So I get annoyed when the documentation for stuff is lacking. And I don't know, I got really pissy and sort of annoyed that there was no videos about this. So I'm gonna try and give you a little bit more info, because now I've like tested it a little bit more and I've calmed down. So it's awesome. And I had some weird ass issue when I installed the sampling pedal, where I have to plug this out completely for this to for it to recognize the zip image on the SD card. And I also have some like weird, not sure what to call them, like fake Chinese SD cards. I'll put them here so you can see them. They're like Lenovo fucking fakes. They're like 500 gigabytes, 200 gigabytes. This one's not fake, but it's old. I had luck with all of these. All of these work if you put an image on it. Even like this was like $1. So I finally have a use for the like cheap, weird, fake SD cards from China, because there's like a limited transfer speed anyway. And I think the Zulu IDE has RAM or whatever. So you can sort of use like the SD card as long as it works. It doesn't really matter how fast it is or if it can take a lot of gigabytes, because the images are 100 megabytes. And I really prefer the way where you just have one card and it has the sounds on it, and then you swap the actual card instead of like pressing the eject button like 12 times hoping for the right image to load and having them like alphabetically sorted. I can do that if I run out of space, but I don't think I'll ever run out of cheap, shitty, fake SD cards, because they're under $1. And also, I don't really use a lot of space on this. As you can see, this is like my loops. And that's just played with the guitar and looped with the pedal, and I can play on top of it, I guess. Yeah, that's sort of cool. But all these SD cards work. This one is like 200 gigabytes. The one I have in right now is like 120 gigabytes. And I'm hoping the Zulu IDE gets an update where you can put an OLED and a rotary on it, because that would be really cool. Or some buttons, because then I could put a lot of images on the cards and just swap between them. But it doesn't really matter. Like, you can just swap them and then the samples will load. It's fine. Let me see if I can just do that. It's such a tiny little thing, but that's the card. And it sort of asks if you want to save. I really don't give a shit. And it says now working. Let's see what it does. Can I put in another one now? It's just the time. See, I put it in. I love how perfect I made that thing. Like, the slot is just spot on. Yeah, and is it gonna load? It can be a bit of a bitch when it comes to loading. Sometimes you have to like restart it. But yeah, so that's that. I'll just do this. And you can see it doesn't really take a long time to launch it. It sort of just launches. Boom, boom, boom. I'm really glad I went for Blued. I love the way this thing works. So that's how I load the different cards. I'm not sure if you can just fucking swap them, like hot swap them, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. But let's see. Take that one and swap it for this one. What happens? Yeah. Let's see if it loads the other card or if I have to restart again. It doesn't really matter. The disc thing is like working. Wait a moment, it says. And yeah. You see how that worked? That's so cool, dude. Fuck. I'm sort of sad I got mad at Rabbit Hole because I don't know, they're sort of awesome for making this work. But yeah, what's the fucking point of making something work if you just give up at the last moment? I'm not gonna fucking start this shit, dude. I'm a lazy idiot and I've never done anything cool like that, so I can't really talk. But yeah, this is what I do. Yeah, it works, and the playback is fast, and the sampling is okay. It all works. There's no difference between this and the zip disk except for no loading times. And I don't know, it essentially, if you've tried sp-404, it essentially operates like a 404 right now, but it only has 4 voices of polyphony. So you can't play 2 of these at once. You can play 2 of those at once. You can't play that way. You can play this way. I really don't give a fuck because I've never ever in the history of playing the SP404 played like more than 4 pads. It's not really. And if I'm gonna do like the thingy where you like sample to one key and then you play it like a fucking you sample to a key and you play that as the keyboard, if that makes sense. So you'd like sample pads or whatever. Yeah, if I were to do that, I would just use the micro sampler, I mean. Because it's awesome. Or the Akai S2000, it also does that really well. Or the A3000, or the Phantom XR. Yeah, I've got a lot of samplers that do that. So the whole looping thing, and this being like fucking, you can turn it up and down and edit the effects and stuff. It's just perfect. And the memory works well. You can see it loads. You're gonna need to install this. You're gonna need a molex adapter. It's like a little cable. I'll put it into the description. Maybe like have a picture of it so you can see what it is. But it's like an adapter from molex to whatever. I also managed to install the zip drive from this into my PC upstairs. So that was awesome. Now I have a zip drive in my PC. And it can also have like quick disk and stuff. So I have a lot of drives. I can read a lot of formats now on my old Windows XP computer. I'm going to make a video on that eventually, probably, because it's really cool. It's like my childhood computer that I fixed up, and it now works like better than my fucking new computer, basically. It's super fast and cool, especially considering it's XP. But yeah, I'm going to probably buy some, not buy, something called the Blue SCSI. It's like the Zulu SCSI, but you can DIY it. And I'm going to try and put that into the PC instead of the hard disks. See how that goes. But yeah, I'm talking about different stuff, but it's the same essential thing. It's like the memory of these fucking old sampler thingies. And the Blue SCSI also works on these, because you have like a slot in the back, and you can get like SCSI. Wait, does this have it? It has like a extension where you can get SCSI, I think. Like when you have the thingy. I'm not sure. It has SCSI inside too, I think. I'm really not sure. I really don't care. And because this one, I'm never going to be loading anything external onto it ever. Probably. I would just use a computer if I needed that. And this is essentially the same thing, but different form factor. And no sampler. But it has the multi-track. And this almost the same effects. And the same screen and operation and stuff. But this is way cooler. I don't know. What more information is there about this that I know? yeah, it cost me about like fucking, I don't know, probably 150, 160 to get it to my country imported. Because we have like funny tax stuff, so we pay a little bit more in tax. If you live in America, it's probably gonna arrive faster and cheaper. But where I'm at, I had to pay probably, I don't know if I paid $20 for the shipping or something, maybe $5 for the shipping, a little bit more. I don't remember, but I chose the cheapest USPS shipping, and it shipped to Norway in like 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. So it took like almost a month. It took longer than AliExpress usually takes, but that might be because I got unlucky, or I'm in a weird country in Europe, or some shit like that. I don't know. So yeah, pretty much. It came, and also, if you're gonna contact the customer support for these, don't do the inquiries email, because there's an email called Rabbit Hole Computing Inquiries, and I'm fucking stupid. You're supposed to hit up the support email, but like it doesn't say in their GitHub, and it doesn't say in their on their web page. I had to hit them up on Facebook, and their Facebook account told me what's up. Like they gave me the link, so I don't know. It's a little bit hard, especially if you're like illiterate or from a different country or whatever. But yeah, I hope if you're one of those guys that bought this thing and is searching for info, I hope you this helped a bit. Or if you're like wondering if you want to buy it, because it might not be for sale forever. And you know how sad it is when you want to buy a fucking memory remedy for the sp-808 and there's none available, because the last couple of years that's been the truth. Like the Zulu IDE is really new. I remember when it came out recently. Like I fucking got so excited. I've been wanting it ever since it came out, and yeah. So it's an awesome device. I'm sorry I got angry. It really needs some work though. I sort of feel like I have the right to be angry because I don't know. I fucking it's not vintage, so it doesn't get slack. I'm just fucking. I'm mad at it for no reason because it has 3D printing. No, but yeah. I just fucking said what I had to say, and hopefully it improves. Like fucking, hey, I'll even help improve it if that's something I can. Like fucking, if there's ever like, maybe I'll look into like updating the firmware or something if that's possible. I mean, it should be possible to like change it a bit. Yeah, there's like there's a couple things I want to look at with it, but not yet. And I'm also gonna redo this maybe a little bit. Maybe buy another one too, because it's really cool, and I might get another sp-808 eventually because it's fucking the coolest Roland machine ever, and I would love to have two. Other than that, that's pretty much been it. I'm loving this thing now, and I'm never gonna unplug it. It's been unplugged and like sitting on the fucking corners of the room for like a year or so. And also, look at how big the RX-5 is. That's funny. And how fucking big is the sp-808, bruh? Like, mix studio, fucking the biggest fucking drum machine ever. And there's the fucking sp-808 just fucking dwarfing them. It's like almost as big as the Pro E. It's funny as hell. Yeah, but, yeah, thanks for watching. That's been a little bit about the Zulu IDE and stuff. And there's definitely more videos coming about this. I'm just, I don't know. Interesting. Definitely gonna make more videos on this. That's weird. But yeah. It's a little bit weird. I think actually that's... No idea where there's guitar in the whale sounder. I think I just sampled whale sounds. I mean, I can't fucking condone it completely yet. There might be some fucking weird stuff. I've had like an issue where it doesn't want to play the samples. But I mean, that could be the sp-808 being weird. I don't know, probably awesome to do backups of your stuff. And there's probably some settings you can change that makes this work better. I don't know. Thanks for watching, by the way, and bye.